Okay. All right. Today I have one announcement. I already formed the, what do you call it? The classroom. Okay, the classroom. I put the link on the WhatsApp. We only submit homework, assignment, test, exam, everything to the classroom. So I give you the first homework. So this is first group homework. I would like you to do a few questions. And the questions are directly from the book. I will give you the following questions. So this is homework number 1. Okay. This would be on the linear function. Homework, group homework. Okay, do it in group. This is the group homework 1. 1.3. One question that is, okay, is question number 6. Question number 6. Now, question number 6, the question in the book asks you only to write the slope. Okay, I don't want you to write the slope only. I would like you to determine. So for that question, determine the linear function. Okay, determine the linear function. Now, question 6, in 1.3, my book is 11th edition. This is the question that say passing through -6, -12, and there is another point. So make sure you answer that question. Okay? If you have a different edition and this question is a different number, then do that question. Okay, don't do number 6. The number is not the one that determines the question. Okay, the point. Okay. All right. Okay, good. So that is question 1. So question number 1. I'll give you one more. We will not have too many. Maybe we have only 2. Okay. 2 questions only. Now the other question would be question number. I will ask you to do the question on the demand function, demand and supply function. Do question number 50. Find the market equilibrium point. Now question 2 is 1.6. Yeah, 1.6. Question number 50. You have to find the equilibrium, the market equilibrium. So you need the supply, you need the demand. So you need to find supply, you have to find demand. Okay, everything linear, and then you get the equilibrium. Now that question number 50, the 11th edition, is the shoe owner, the shoe store. So make sure you answer that question. If you have a different number, don't answer question 50. Answer question yang shoe store. Okay? Is that clear? Any question about the homework? You submit to the classroom. Now make sure you have the group. Okay, make sure you have group. You don't answer by yourself. So this is a group. Submit to classroom. Now, each group will only have to submit 1 per group. Tak payahlah submit 2. Okay. In other words, only one person right. Okay, one person right. Tak payah dua right. Dua right pun tak apa. Okay, so one person right, or you can write, share the writing, that doesn't matter. Then you, of course, write both names. Okay, write both names, metric number. Okay, metric number, which is important, full name lah. Okay, full name as per your classroom. Your class list, a metric number, and then apa lagi nak? Section number. Okay, so make sure this is clear. So one group, one answer. Okay, write both names on the front side. Okay, this is due Sunday. I give you enough time. Okay, Sunday 5 p.m. Sunday, this Sunday lah, bukan Sunday next week. Sunday ni berapa bulan Sunday ni? Sekejap, tengok Sunday berapa bulan. Sunday on the, today is the 20th. So Sunday 24. Okay, 24 of, so I think everything is clear. Okay, any question? Anything? Apa? 2% per group. Ini dah cakap dah ni. Itu dah cakap dah. First week of class lagi dah cakap. Okay, only 2% per group. Don't make it 3. Okay, if you don't have a group, then put your name in the WhatsApp. All right, then we will try to find a group for you. So those people without group, put your name, put a list. Okay, make a list in the WhatsApp group, and then we will try to organize into the group. So that's how it works. Right? Okay. Anything? Any question? Anything? Okay. If there is nothing, I will continue. Okay. One more thing. Okay. Don't copy. Okay. This one easy to do. Copy just now, but I don't want you to copy. I don't want to see any two work exactly exactly the same, very similar. Don't copy. You can discuss. Right? That's okay. I encourage discussion. But when you write on your own. So do it now, okay? If you do it on Sunday afternoon, then problem lah, okay? You do it now. If you do it Sunday afternoon, then that's what people copy, because there is no time. So don't copy, all right? Don't let anybody copy your work, all right? You can discuss. You can ask questions, you can discuss. But when you write on your own. Okay? Because this is the own work.
Can I have a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What format we need to use to submit? Format, Word, PDF, or just handwriting and scan?
Okay, good question. You only write using hand. Okay, don't have to use word from there. Because the writing involve equation, involve explanation. Easy part, handwriting. Okay, if you use word and the answer is very nice, then I suspect you just take the answer from somewhere. Because online there are answers. The answers are given online. It's available. Writing very nice, just like a teacher's answer. So if I see your answer as a teacher's answer, then easy lah. I can suspect that you just take it out from something, from somewhere. So don't give me a teacher's answer. Okay, teacher's answer, they give you very simple answer. Sometimes they jump certain step, suddenly you get the answer. So that's how the answer that is given online, okay, or in the book. We don't want that. We don't want you give me a student answer to explain to me. Okay, to explain to me how you get the answers. So homework, you have time. So put the steps, right, nicely like that. You don't have to rush, okay? You don't have to run because we have until Sunday to do it, okay? So this is the practice of preparing something nicely, okay? So just handwriting, okay? Just handwriting.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I didn't mention that, I forgot. But that's a good point. Okay, anything else? Okay, all right. So today what we'll do, I will continue with the demand supply. That's where we stopped last time. And then we will move on to the inequalities. So let's look at the demand supply function. We will look at an example. So example that I would like to do is example number 5. So please go to example number 5, 1.6. So example 5. Yes. So example number 5 is about demand function, supply function. So I would like you to read, okay? Read the question, what is it about, and then how to get the demand function and also the supply function. Okay, you ready? Good. So if you look at that example 5, you know the question is about demand supply and then find the equilibrium. So there are 3 things that you need to find. You need to find the supply, you need to find the demand, and then you need to find equilibrium. So we'll go one by one. Okay, let's say you want to find the supply function first, and then you will go to the demand. So if you look at this question, supply is about what? It's about the sellers or the firm. Demand is the consumers, all right, or the buyers. You have here 2 groups of people. One is wholesaler, the other is manufacturer. All right. So here we cannot say firms and consumers. So probably here you can identify this as buyers, buyers and the firms or buyers and sellers. Because the buyer here, they don't necessarily consume, okay? Because you don't have the final consumers. You have an intermediary, which is the wholesalers. So if you look at this question, example, the wholesalers are the buyers, the manufacturers are who? Are the seller. All right. So if you want to get the supply function, then you have to look at the manufacturer. And of course, it's not difficult to determine that because they say the wholesaler will buy. Okay. So the wholesalers are the buyers and manufacturers are willing to supply. So the suppliers are the manufacturers. Okay. So that's a different level of the market. So if you look at the market has different levels, One is consumers firms or consumer sellers. The other is the intermediaries, the wholesaler and the manufacturer, At least you have 2 levels of market. So this is the first level. So if you want to find the supply function, you have here, in order for you to find the supply, you look at the manufacturers. Okay, the manufacturers. So the manufacturers are willing to supply 20 if the price is 210, and then 30 if the price is 230. Now, remember when we discussed about the concept of supply, we specify price, okay, as a function of quantity, P as a function of Q. or you can use X. And then we identify what is P. What is P? P is the price. Price of what is the good? The good is dryers. Price of dryer in RM. Oh no, in dollars. So that is the price. And then the quantities, Q, is the quantity of dryer in units. Okay, so we understand that already. Now you have P as a function of Q. All right, so when you have P as a function of Q, given that information, you want to, if you look at that information, what are we given? If we determine the function, what type of information are we given here?
Quantity and price of demand.
Quantities and price. So we are given what? We are given basically the quantities and the price. If you look at that thing, we are given 2 points. Okay, you're given 2 points. You are not given the slope and 1 point. You're given 2 points. So given 2 points on the supply function. So let us call this P1. No, I'm sorry. Since you specify the function as P function of Q, so you write Q first, okay? Not P first, Q, and then P, given 2 points. So you call first point Q1, P1. And then the second point, Q2, P2. So that comes from how you specify the function. So don't be confused, all right? So in other words, don't jump right away into this part, okay? Because this will depend on how we specify the function. Then only the order will, okay? So don't jump right away into this one. So that's why I said, we have, we have to follow the step, we have to follow the system. Don't skip, right? Because when you skip, the chance of making a mistake is higher. So we follow all the steps. Oh, e-textbook edition berapa? E-textbook
10, sir.
10 edition. Oh,
Yeah.
so my edition 11. So yeah, number also different. Okay. All right. Next time I will also see the page number. So you have Q1 P1 for the supply function, that is all the manufacturers. So you have what? The price is 210, quantity is 20, price 210. So quantity is 20, price 210. And then for the second point, you have quantity 30, and then the price is 230. Now, if you look at the book, all right, the book jump, okay, the book jump. That's why I said that is like what do you call it? A guideline for your answer. So if you look at the book or some solution manual, that's how they give the answer. They don't give complete answer. Okay, so if you look at those things, you can only check the answer to see whether you are right or you're wrong. But don't copy everything, because mostly they are not complete. Okay, they are not complete. They will jump, and sometimes you also confuse, how they get it. So if you look at the solution to get the supply, that means firstly you need to find the slope. Okay, find slope. What is the slope? What is M? M is equal to, okay, first you have to write the delta, okay? Delta Y over delta X. But here we are talking about what? we're talking about P and Q. So delta P over delta Q, that is equal to P2 minus P1 divided by Q2 minus Q1. So that's how you got the 200 minus 300. No, 300 minus 200. All right? Because the book would start only on the third step here. So if you know, that's why we need to understand from the beginning. So that is equal to 300. Okay. For the demand 230, I'm sorry, 230. Your demand dulu. So that is 230 minus 210 divided by Q2 minus Q1, 30 minus 10. And that is equal to how much? Equal to 20 over 10.
Sorry, sir. Is it 20, not 10? The Q1.
Q20. Okay, Q1 is 20. Okay. So that is equal to 2. So the slope is 2. Right? Now, you know the slope is 2. So what I get now is that the supply function is equal to 2. 2Q plus B. All right? So that's what you get. So now you want to find B. All right? To find B, all right, what do we do? You substitute. Okay. Substitute any one point into the function. Okay. So I want you to finish it up. Somebody substitute Q1, P1. Some people substitute Q2, P2. Like we do earlier. If your name starts with M from A, you put in Q1, P1. If your name starts with N up to Z, you put Q2, P2. Okay, now finish it up. Do the substitution, okay? Do the substitution and then get the value of B. Right, do it now. Okay, the first person who got it, let me know. What do you get for B? In the book already, they give you the answer.
170.
Payah dah tengok.
170.
170.
Okay, good. Everybody got 170?
Yes.
So okay, good. So if you use the first point or use the second point, all right, you will get 170. So let me finish with the first point. So what do you get? I get the first point. Okay, first point is Q1 P1 equal to 20 to 10 though. So we know that. So you got 210 P1 equal to 2 multiplied by Q1, which is 20, plus B. So you have B equal to 210 minus 40, that is equal to 170. Okay, so that's correct. So our supply function, the supply function, you got P equal to 2Q plus 70. Okay, all right, good. So I would like you to do the second part. I want you to find the demand function. So make sure we do the steps, all right? Find the supply function, or no, find the demand function. So to find the demand function, again here, we specified P function of Q, right? So that you will be, you'll be getting the slope consistent with what given in the book. Okay. So to find the demand function, given 2 points, so if you look at the question, you have the wholesalers, there are the buyers. So given 2 points, we label them Q1, P1, and Q2, P2. Apa pula Q2, P2, Q1 dulu lah. Q1, P1, that is equal to 50 to 100. And then Q2, P equal to 30, 300. All right, now I want you to finish it up. First, find M. Okay, after you got the M, you tell me. First person to get it, let me know. All right, and then we continue with the B. Okay, this is good. I mean, most people already put in your names, no, your picture. Except, ada juga lagi yang tak letak gambar ni. Ini, who? Okay, please put your picture. Anis, Wan Farah, Abdul Wafi. Nah. Okay, this is, who is this? Is this a robot or is this what? Now, if you are here, okay, put your name. If this doesn't belong to somebody, we remove you. Okay, I will remove this person. Please, okay, who is this guy? Are you here or you are not here? B1020 ni apa benda ni? 20 ni Spiderman ke apa? Okay, who is this girl? Girl or guy? Who is this? Hello, are you here or you are not here? You should be here because if you are not here, your name shouldn't be. Okay, what is your name? Hai, ini budak ni. Hey, do you understand what I say? This person here, B102021174113. Who is this? Tak ada orang eh? Okay, tak ada orang. Admin, can you take out this person? Okay, it doesn't belong to anybody. So section 7, section 8, can you check this thing here? I don't know, how come you have that? Ke itu no, my name is not Hazrani. Hazrani ini is the name to the Zoom. Okay, the name to the Zoom is the department staff. Right. Okay, good. Okay, there is a question here. Can we mix our class for the group? We cannot. Okay, I hope we can, but it's difficult for me to put in your mark, because your names are based according to section. So you mix your section, pening lah kepala. Okay, pening saya, to put in the marks. So I will make it only within the group, within the section. Okay, because not that it's hard. Okay? It's just that for efficiency, we'll do things better. Anyway. Tadi yang BP itu tadi tak ada siapa lagi ke? B itu tadi. Ni. Tak ada siapa. Okay, tak ada siapa. Admin check 7-8 kalau budak ni apa hal budak ni tak faham cakap Inggeris ke apa? If you don't understand English, then how come you are here? If you cannot speak, then different matter lah. Okay. If you cannot speak, then use sign language. We can work it out. All right. Otherwise, take that name out. Okay. All right. Good. Now you get the siapa ni? Insyirah. Nur Insyirah. Cakap lah. Saya cakap berdua 3 kali cakap. Insyirah, can you speak or you cannot speak? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Pandai pun. So change your name. All right. Put in Nur Insyirah.
It's not me. I mentioned his name.
Okay. I thought it's you. Sorry. I thought it's you. Tak apa ni. Misteri ni. Kena investigate. Okay, we come back to here. Everybody, you got the M? What is M?
-5.
-5. So demand function, the slope negative. Okay, supply function positive. So you got here the slope of the supply function. So let's finish it up. So you got the M, okay, equal to delta P over delta Q. That is again P2 minus P1 divided by Q2 minus Q1, and that is equal to, put in the numbers, 300 minus 200 divided by 30 minus 50. Okay, simplify that. What you'll get is -5. Okay. So our supply function now becomes what? So we have what? We have P equal to -5, Q plus B. So now find B. Okay, have you got B?
450.
450.
Okay, good. So you already finish up that B, which is good. So we'll do it like what we were doing, you can substitute one of the 2 points. Say here, we substitute the second point, Q2, P2, into that. Okay. Then we will also get the value. So to find the B, okay, I put to find B, right? So we substitute, say, P2, P2, no, Q2, P2. Q2, P2 into the demand. So what you get will be 300 equal to -5 multiplied by Q2, which is 30, plus B. B is equal to 300 minus 150. So we got 150. So that is B. Therefore, our supply function E is equal to -5Q plus 150. Okay, all right. So that is our supply function. Yes, demand function. Oh, salah ni. Ini jadi campur. Ini jadi 450. Right? So 450. So you got the demand, you got the supply, you want to find the equilibrium. So you know that, all right? to get the market equilibrium, for equilibrium, what is the condition? The condition demand equal supply. Okay, so we have to know this. All right, you have to know that. What is the condition? The system. All right, you must have the two functions equal. So there will be one equilibrium point. So demand equal to supply. What you have will be the supply function, or the demand function, negative 5Q plus 4 equal the supply. Supply P is 2Q plus 170. You bring the variables to one side, the constant to the other side. So you got 7Q. You may do the intermediate step, okay? But I see, because I want to save some time. And then you bring the constant to one side. 450. Oh, ini kena buat. Tak pandai. 7 dengan 5 senang lah. 5 dengan 2, 3. Ni 450, 170 ni susah sikit. Alright. So berapa 450 minus 170 berapa dapat?
Itu
350 kan?
250.
200. Okay,
280, sir.
280.
280, sir.
280, sir.
Kena kali agak. Kalau taruh di tu je tak jadi pun. Hai, tengok tu kita ni. Bukan saya, bukan kamu lah saya tu. Kalau 450, 170, 450, itulah 280. So we got Q equal to 280 divided by 7. Berapa Kalau siapa ada calculator?
40.
40.
So Q is equal to 40. Then you substitute again. Okay, to find the P. So substitute Q into 40 equal to 40 into the supply. Here you can use demand function. Alright, doesn't matter. But I use the supply to get the P. So what do I have? I have supply function. So the price equal to 2 multiplied by 40 plus 170. So 170 plus 80, 170 plus 80, we get 250. 250. So the market price is $250, and the market quantity is 40 units of dryers. So that is our conclusion. Okay, so you have to just describe the equilibrium. So you have the market price or the equilibrium price, or you can use market price, doesn't matter. The equilibrium price is $40. 250. And the equilibrium quantity is 40 of dryers. Okay. All right. So that is chapter number. That is 1.6. So we are done. All right. So don't worry about the text. So you don't have to do the text. So that's it. I'll give you questions on the supply demand. So go to 1.6. 1.6. We do Okay, 1.6. You do number 36. That is to find the demand. And then do number 38. Okay, that is on the supply. So 36 demand, 38 supply, and then for the market equilibrium, you can do question number 45. Okay, 45 the functions are given, so you don't know, that will be very easy. And then 50, you know, the one that I give you the homework. So 48, 50. So 50 is the homework. So that will be part of the question. Okay. All right. Anything? So we are done with chapter number 1. Okay, chapter number 1 on the review linear function. We are done with that day. So next, we are going to look at inequalities. So inequalities is chapter number 4. Okay, Lee. When I say due Sunday, this is what do you call it? When we say due, meaning before, okay? Before or on. You can submit tomorrow, okay? You can submit on Friday, as long as it is before Sunday, 5 p.m. Okay, so that is what we mean. So due, maybe I can put it deadline, good, deadline. Okay, deadline, Sunday, 5 p.m. So it shouldn't be 5:02 p.m. Okay, it should be 4:59 p.m. All right. Okay, so inequalities. Firstly, what is inequality? So inequality is in chapter number 4. Okay, chapter number 4. Inequalities and linear programming. In this chapter, it is very short. What we will do, we will do 4.1 and 4.2. So there are only 2 sections. Let's start with 4.1. First concept is inequality. Now, what is inequality? So we start with something that we learned in chapter number 1. Okay, we start with equation. Equation is where you have like you have equal. So first is inequality. Inequalities. Okay, inequality means not equal, right? So they are not equal. So here means not equal. So we start with something that we know. Okay, we start with equation. And our equation here is linear. So we go to the general form. All right, we go to the general form because mostly here they use the general form. So general form you have ax plus by equal c. So that is equation because you have the left hand side equal to the right hand side. Okay. Now, if you are talking about inequalities, that means they are not equal. So inequality is where I have ax plus by not equal to c. Okay. Now, if they are not equal, then how are they related? All right. If, okay, if your age is not equal to the age of your friend, then how are your age and his or her age related? Okay, how? Inequality.
Intersection.
Huh?
Intersection.
No, we're not, it's not intersection. It's, you know, if your age is not equal to the age of your friend, so how is your age and her or his age related? How are your age and his or her age related? Jonah, if your height is not equal to the height of your friend, then how is your height related to his height? How? Height is not there, you know. If your height is not exactly equal to the height of your friend, then how are you relating your height to his height?
Comparison.
How do you compare?
With the difference of the height.
What? It's the difference of the height. What do you mean by difference of the height?
The number.
Yeah, by the number. How is it? How to make sense? The number. What do you mean? Let's say, okay, I give you the height. All right, your height. This is same height. Okay, so height is the same, 5 feet. 10 inches, exactly the same. Easy, right? All right. Now, suppose your height and his height or her height is not the same. Okay, so I cannot put his height here because they are not equal. Okay, your height and his height are different, so it's not there. So if your height and his height is not the same, where is he relative to you? his height. Your height is 5'10". Okay. Now this guy, his height is not 5'10". If his height is not 5'10", what is his height? What are the possible height that he has or she has?
More than or less than.
More than, okay? He can be 6 feet or he can be 5 feet 8 inches. All right. So he can be more than, or he can be what?
Less than.
Less than. He can be taller than you or he is shorter than you. So similarly here, if they are not equal, that means it can be bigger than or it can be less than, right? That's inequality. This is strictly inequality. We are going to use a less strict inequality. We put equal sign here. Bigger or equal to, less or equal. So for inequalities, it can be bigger or equal to, so here, larger or equal. This one means smaller or less than, smaller or equal. Here you can say larger, you can say bigger, you can say what else? What there any other word that indicate more than, okay, more than or equal to. So there are a few words that we can use. That is that inequalities are bigger than. Here, strict inequalities. So here you have larger than. Okay, larger than. You don't have larger or equal to. So just say larger than. And here we say less than or smaller than. Okay, so there are a few words. So that is an inequality. So we are talking here about linear inequalities. Okay, linear inequalities. So that will be based on what we already learned in chapter number 1, where we have linear equation. Right? So we will start from there. So we are going to look at this through an example. So an example of inequality, all right? For example, say I have 5x minus 7y equal to 10. That is equation. So if it's not equal, we put an equal sign. So what are they? Either 5x minus 7y is bigger than 10, 5x minus 7y less than 10. Or, like I said earlier, I can put the, I think I'm going to write the whole equation again, the whole formula. 5x minus 7y bigger or equal to 10. Or last possibility, 5x 7y less or equal to 10. All right. So this is the one that will be we are using more. Okay? More of this. All right, more of this one. This one we know, okay, but we're going to use less. Okay. All right. So we start with something like this. We start with this one, and then we will relate to the split inequality. All right. Okay, good. So let's do by an example. So you have here 5x minus 7y, say bigger or equal to 10. Or afterwards, we will look at the second possibility. Now, what we want to do here, we want to see how does it look like? Okay, how is this? How is this? How does it look like? how does an equality look like? Or what is an inequality? Okay, how inequality look like? For example, what is it? What is it? We're going to use a method to show this by graph. So we're going to use graphical method to show what is an inequality. And in order to do that, you have to draw. Okay, you have to draw. Now, how do you draw an inequality? Okay, this is how you draw the inequality. First, number one, we draw the corresponding equation. This one, we know. Okay, you draw the corresponding equation. That is what we know. Okay, after you have the equation, then you find the inequality. All right? Okay, let us start with this thing here. 5x minus 7y bigger or equal to 10. Now I want you to draw the equation. 5x minus 7y equal to 10. Okay, draw the equation. What you need to find the intercept only. Okay, use the method, get the intercept, and then draw. When we say draw, that means use subscale. Use a reasonable scale. Draw a proper graph. Okay, do it now. Yeah, draw the graph. We can by now, we can draw a graph very fast. We can draw it in 2 minutes. Okay, what is the x-intercept? Hello, are you there? What is the x-intercept? Okay, so when you want to draw the equation, so the equation is what? The equation is 5x minus 7y equal 10. Okay, now what is the x-intercept? Anybody? First person who get it, let me know. What do you get?
-2.
Negative 2 or 2?
2.
2.
2 only.
2 kan? So if you get negative 2, get balik. Maybe your sign is wrong. So the x-intercept, you want to find the x-intercept, y equal to 0. Yeah? So when y equal to 0, I have 5x minus 7, 0 equal 10. 5x equal 10, x equal to 2. So therefore the x-intercept is 2, 0. Similarly, you find the y-intercept. Y-intercept, x equal to 0. So you work that out. What do you get for the y-intercept? Give me only the point.
-10/7.
Negative 10/7. Now, negative 10 over 7, susah sikit lah nak draw. Give me a decimal point. 0, negative 10 over 7, negative 1 point berapa Negative 1 point.
4,
4,
3.
3. Okay, 4, 3. So you got that point. Alright. So, cari ni tau, work it out. So you got these 2 points. What we do, we draw the graph. So you can draw the graph quickly. So here, you need some parts of the negative side, right? So draw it reasonably enough space given, to the bottom and to the left. So here you got the x and I got the y over there, and that is a 0. So you got 2 and negative 1.4. So we can use the table of 2. So you got 2, 4, negative 2, and here is 2, 4, negative 2, negative 4. So you've got 2, 0, the x-intercept. So 2, 0 will be somewhere here. And then I have negative 1.43. Will be somewhere here. Okay. Now the line, all right, that's the equation. So once you draw you have the point, you draw the equation. So that is the equation I got. Got 5x minus 7y equal to 10. Okay, now equation means 5x minus 7y equal to 10. If you see the 2 points that we use, the x, the y-intercept, x-intercept. So these points, okay, simply put, these 2 points are the points on the line. These points satisfy the equation. If you put 2 and 0 into the equation, you will get 2 times 10 plus 0, which is what? Which is 10. So that is what you say satisfy the equation. So all the points on the line here are the points that will satisfy the equation. Okay? So you can take any other points. As long as it is on the line, those points will satisfy the equation. So all points, it can be infinitely many. All points on the line satisfy the equation. We only prove what does it mean? Right. So that is equation. Now what you want to do now is you want to find not the equation. You want to find what? I want to find 5x plus 5x minus 7y bigger. Okay, bigger or equal to 10. So I have already the equal to that. Okay, equal, I already have. That means the points on the line. What I need is what is bigger than. Yeah, equal sign to, okay already. You got already that. Okay, what you need here is the one that is bigger than. Okay, so you want that is bigger than. So you have to find some points that is bigger than 10. It's not equal to 10. It's bigger than 10. All right. So what you do will be this one. We do some tests. So you need to find, okay, you need to find x, y, all right, such that 5x minus 7y is bigger than 10. So you have to find this point. So this is what we do. Okay, number 1, we only need 1 point. We call it S point. We need only 1 point. And then we will generalize. Okay, based on that 1 point, we will generalize. Okay, all right. So that point is arbitrary. Okay, arbitrary. That means you choose the point. Okay, you take the point. All right, it's your own. So you take the point, give me 1 point. That's you want to test. Mana-mana pun boleh. Okay, give me 1 point. Only 1 test point. Okay? Only 1. Okay, give me 1 point. Anybody?
0, 0.
0, 0. Okay? You can choose a point here. 0, 0. Okay. Anybody else want to give another point? Tadi punyalah banyak point.
3, 5.
You can take 3, 5. Okay, 3, 5 bersama here. All right, that's good. Okay, any other point?
4, 2.
4, 2. Okay, 4, 2 bersama. 4, 2 ni nampak gaya. Okay, 4, 2. Okay, so you can take any other point. Any other point, or any point. Okay, now all these points that you give me are all the points above the line. You can also take a point below the line. Okay, give me 1 point below the line.
4, -4.
4, -4. Okay, so we will do 1 or 2 points, right? So what you do here, you test whether this point satisfy that inequality. So we take 2 points, all right? We take 3 points. We take 3 points. I think we do the 4 since everybody give me 1. So we do 4, -4. Okay, and here 4, 2. And tadi ni berapa? 3, 5. Okay, here is 3, 5. Here is 0, 0. Okay, for sake of discussion, we test every point here. All right. So what do you do? How do you test? You do it by substitution. Okay, you test by substitution. So how do I test? We do the test by substitution. Now, let's say with the first point, 4, 2. So what you do is substitute 5 times 4 minus 7 times 2. Okay, 4 is the value of x, 2 is the value of y. So 20 minus 14, what is equal to? 20 minus 14, that is equal to 6. Now, is 6 bigger than 10? Because our inequality bigger, eh? Is 6 bigger than 10?
No.
No, so it's not bigger. Actually, it is less than. So that point, 6 is less than 10. So what? So 4, 2 do not or does not satisfy. So that's how you do the test. Okay, all right. So you have a few more points, saying some of us give the points. So I want you to do 3, 5. Some of you do 4, -4. Some of you do 0, 0. If you want to do all, okay. So do it now. Do 3, 5. Okay, and then do 0, 0, and then do 4, -4. For the, it's easy like this. The person who suggested the particular point, you do your own point. So that we have, enough people doing each of the points. Okay, all right. we do like this, okay? Substitute and see whether what you get will be bigger or less than 10. Okay, 3, 5. What about 3, 5? Is it bigger than 10 or less than 10?
Less than 10.
Less than 10 kan? 3, 5, you got apa? 3, 5. What is the value?
Negative 20.
Negative 20. So negative 20 less than 10. So again, 3, 5 do not satisfy. Okay, 4, 2 not satisfy. Okay, 0, 0. 0, 0, you got 0. Very easy. Okay, less than 10. So 0, 0 do not satisfy. All right. Now, last point. 4, negative 4. Okay, 4, negative 4. What do you get?
48.
48. So if you do 4 and 4, 4, negative 4. So here, substitute 4, negative 4 into the equation. I have 5, 4 minus 7, negative 4. That will be equal to 48. Okay, 20 plus 20, 28, 48. And that is bigger than that. So that one satisfies. All right. We do one more. Okay, we do one more point. I'll give you another point. Negative 2. Negative 2, 6. I'm sorry, negative 2, negative 6. Okay. What are you point? But test negative 2, negative 6. Berapa?
32.
32. Okay. So negative 2, negative 6 is 32. 32 is bigger than 10. So you will see that negative 2, negative 6, you got 2 bigger than 10, satisfied. Okay. So the point here is this. From the thing that you look here, all right, you look at the possibilities. You see here 4, negative 4, negative 2, and 6. These points satisfied. And you look at 0, 0, 3, 5, 4, 2, they do not satisfy. All right. So from what we're doing here is this. Okay, we can conclude a few things. Okay, number one, if you look at 4, negative 4, okay, if you look at 4, negative 4, the point satisfies the inequality. So what we say here is this. If, okay, one point satisfies the inequality, right, the inequality, then all, okay, all points on the same side as that point will also satisfy. Okay, so here, that one point normally is our test point. Okay, so test point. So for example, our test point was 4, negative 4. So 4, negative 4 satisfy the inequality. The inequality, I'm sorry, the inequality. 4, negative 4, which is our test point, that is one point, satisfy the inequality. And you see that, okay, but when we did another point, negative 2, 6, will also satisfy. All right, you can go home, you test a few other points on the same side as 4, negative 4. Now, the generalization is this. Then, all points on the same side as the test point, as that point, will also satisfy. So you don't have to find many points, okay? You just base on the what? On the test point, on that one point. If the test point satisfies the inequality, then all the points on the same side of that inequality will satisfy. So therefore, okay, therefore, that region will be the inequality. You understand what I'm saying? So we go back to the diagram. Okay, go back to the diagram. We know that, okay, by the test that we just did, 4 and -4 satisfy. That means all the points on the same side as that 4 -4, which is our test point, will satisfy. Okay, all those points. So therefore, the whole region here is the inequality. So inequality is not just the point on the lines, it will be all the points above or below the line. Okay, so here, this is the points. These all the points, you know, will go half around the world. You go up there, you go down, everything here will be the inequality. So here I got 5x minus 7y bigger or equal to 10, including the points on the line. Okay, so that is how you get the inequality. If 1 point, that is our test point, satisfy the inequality, then all points on the same side of that point would be or will also satisfy the inequality. So therefore, that region would be the inequality. Okay. All right. Any question? Anything? Okay. Second possibility. Suppose, okay, because we tested a few points. Suppose our test point is 0, 0 already. Okay, our test point is not 4 -4. Our test point, because since we only need 1 point, suppose our test point was 0, 0. So suppose the test point is 0, 0. So this is a different scenario. All right, different scenario at all, different situation. So now let's say this is a possibility, option number B. Our test point is 0, 0. Right. As you know, you do the substitution, you got 5, 0 minus 7, 0 equal to 0 is less than 10. All right, which is what? Which is not bigger than 10. Okay, less than 10 and not bigger. Okay, less than 10. That means, what should I say? Not less than 10. Not bigger than 10. Okay, not bigger than 10. What does it mean? It means 0, 0 does not satisfy the inequality. Okay, now we look at 0, 0, the test point. If you go back to the graph, which we already did, what are the other points that we tested on the same side as 0, 0? What were the points that we tested? Same side as 0, 0 from the line. What are the points?
3, 5.
3, 5. Okay, and also 4, 2. What is our conclusion? 3, 5 also do not satisfy. 4, 2 also do not satisfy. Okay, so what can we conclude? If our test point, okay, in this example here, 0, 0, does not satisfy the inequality, then what? Then all, okay, all the points on the same side as our test point, okay, as the test point, in this case here, 0, 0, will not satisfy. All the points on the same side of 0, 0 will not satisfy. Okay. Do you get it? So if one point satisfies, then all points on the same side will satisfy. If one point that we test does not satisfy, then all the points on the same side as that point will not satisfy. Because there are only two options, okay? It's either left or right, either up or down, okay? If it is not up, it must be down. If it is not down, it must be up, okay? So actually from this A and B, we can make up our conclusion, you know, what you call the general conclusion. So there will be a conclusion on that one. Okay, conclusion means how do we do the test? Okay, how do we do the test? If we do the test like what I'm doing here, we do the test, say for example, the point is 4, -4, and then it's satisfied. Good enough. That will be the inequality. Suppose we do a test point, okay, we take a test point 0, 0, and that does not satisfy the inequality, okay? And we say that every point on the same side as 0, 0 will not satisfy the inequality. So if our test was B, okay, we started B, then how do we find the inequality? Because our test point does not satisfy. So how do you get the inequality? So that is our conclusion. But I will not make the conclusion now because time is up. So we will continue from here on Monday next week. All right. So we continue next week. So that the thing here is you can get the conclusion. Okay. I think you can get it. You can get it. You try, you know, try a few questions. You do this practice, and then you can make the conclusion. If you know your test point does not satisfy the inequality, then what is the inequality? So what? Yeah, they don't have a question. So I'll give you a few questions. Okay, I'll give you a practice question. So you go home, practice it. Okay, practice question. 4x plus 6y less or equal to 100. That's number one. Number two, 4x plus 3y equal to 20 equal to 40. Okay, number three, negative 7. Okay, you do this, all right? Negative 5x. Negative, alamak, guys. Negative 9x, negative 20y less or equal to 90. All right, so you test only 1 point. Okay, test 1 point only. So now I would like, okay, I would like to look at the option B. If you have that option B, suppose your test point do not satisfy the inequality, then what is the inequality? Okay, so you do a few questions, you get the idea. So next class I will continue from there. Okay, all right, good. Okay, ini apa benda lagi ni? Okay, so nothing much, yeah. All right, I'll see you again. Have a nice weekend, and then do the homework. All right, do the homework. If you don't want to do the homework, I think you have a problem. Okay, so those group or those people who don't do homework question, normally these people, from my experience, either they fail or they don't get good grade. It's already a trend. Okay, people who don't homework, these are the lazy people. So when you don't want to work, that means you are wasting your time here. Better take another class. All right. So from my experience, if you don't do the homework, normally these people, they don't get good grade because attitude already dah tunjuk. Okay, dah tunjuk perangai. So don't show attitude. Right? Don't show negative attitude. Show positive attitude. Okay. All right. So I'm saying this. I'm saying this because I don't want you to repeat mistake of some students before you. Okay, there are certain people. If you have that attitude, you have to fight. Fight that attitude. Don't show it. Okay, don't show that attitude. You have to fight. You have to show some hardworking attitude. Even though you don't want to work, show some hardworking attitude. We are not that lazy. We are hardworking people. Okay. All right. Apa tadi? What anything you want to say? Yeah.
Can you brief about the assignment again?
Nak brief apa? Saya dah cakap tadi. What didn't you understand? Were you not here at the beginning?
Oh yes, I had to go to the toilet.
Nak pergi toilet lain kali lah. Apa start kelas. I'm not going to brief again. What is the specific question that you have? Give me one specific thing.
What are the questions?
What are the questions? I'm not going to repeat the question. You go to your group or you ask your friend. All right. I already mentioned that thing. I'm not going to repeat myself. Okay. So I will put the recording sooner. Okay, so that you can refer or you can ask your group member. Okay. Okay. Any other things?
Can you show the slide you wrote the question?
Sama lah dengan soalan tadi.
No. The slide where you wrote the question. The homework question.
Yeah, I already said the question number.
No. The question number. The question you give us to just now.
Yang ni.
Yes.
Oh, yang ini. Okay, these are a few questions that I would like you to try. All right. With regard to the homework questions, if you miss that beginning, you ask your friends, okay, or your group member. I will put the recording soon. But if I want to go back to that part, susah, yeah. So next time, when I'm showing the homework, janganlah pergi toilet. This is the beginning of the class. Takkan beginning of the class pergi toilet, tak logik lah. So either you are late, okay, don't give me that stupid excuse. Class just started, pergi toilet. Toilet apa benda? Tell me the truth lah. If you are late, tell me you are late. Okay? Don't tell me you go to the toilet. It doesn't make sense. Okay. All right. So I will see you again. Have a nice weekend. I hope everybody do the homework. Okay. Don't miss any points because homework is, like I said earlier, easy point. Okay. Easy point. So spend your time discussing with your friends. Write the answers so that we will start with a good start. By now, it's already like a few weeks. We should already know. We already know where we are. We should start working. Okay, start working. And I repeat myself a few times because I don't want things to happen again, you know. Last semester, few people didn't do the homework. I just keep quiet. But it's not good, right? So this semester, I want to make sure you do the homework. If you don't do the homework, I will go after you, okay? This time, I will go after people who don't do homework. All right, okay. So I'll see you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam. Thank you, sir.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good
Thank you,
nice
sir.
day.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks.